All right. A new class, new topic. So, Swechha, Vivan, Sidhu and Kian. You guys were dealing with me, not with me actually, with exponents for 2-3 classes now. And I'm sure you don't want to do it one more time, right? Yeah, I know. I can read your mind. So, we will not do exponents today. We are picking up algebra. I mean, exponents is part of algebra only. But we are picking up equations with 1 and 2 variables. And we will decode what are the things that we need to know about it. Sidhu, do you mind turning on your video, beta? I want all the kids.
Sir, can I come back for 1 minute? I'll just need like a minute.
Not a problem. Sure.
Just a minute. Thank you.
So, what do we mean by... Hello, Asita. How are you?
Hello, sir. I'm good.
Good, good. Alright, so we are starting a new topic, and that is where we are going to deal with equations with 1 and 2 variables. And what does it mean to us? What do we mean by variable? Any thought?
An unknown quantity.
Unknown quantity. She borrowed your idea, same thing. Okay. Here, Asita, tell me, what is a variable?
A number that we don't know that could change.
Okay, that could change, yeah. Vivan, agree? Now, so what it means to us is, let's see if I'm talking about 2, or talking about 11, talking about 4.6. These are the numbers, these are called constant. They will not change. Whether I'm 50 or 65 or 85, this will have the same value, it's not going to change. They are constant, they don't change. But if I'm dealing with a situation where I said, okay, Kian, how old are you? Don't tell that, otherwise it will become constant. You are trying to make it a variable. So Kian says, you know what? I am, take the last 2 digits of this year, whichever year it is, last 2 digits of this year, so 2025, last 2 digits, 25. Subtract 1 from that and divide that by 2, that is my age. Okay. Am I making you 1 year older? Kind of, yeah. Let's say you're 12, okay? But you did not tell me 12 straight up. You said, I'll give you a riddle, solve it, and then you'll figure out what my age is. So Kian told me that my age is 1 minus, last 2 digits of this year, this minus 1, so pick this number minus 1 and then divide that by 2, that is my age. Now I don't know what is Kian's age. So whatever I don't know, I'll say, okay, let's assume Kian is X years old. We'll figure it out. Whether Kian is 10, 12, 1.5, 15.5, 17.5 or 72. We'll figure it out. So he said, okay, fine. X is nothing but last 2 digits of Lonaita, Sidhu, Anaita, Ashita. Where did Vivan go? Okay, everybody's here. I see Inshu is missing, but I will probably close the garage door so that it doesn't feel cold here. And if you guys still feel cold, I will close the garage door and turn on the feel cold? Okay. Guys, there is a small interruption in the class. Just for 10 minutes. You guys will be fine in 10-15 seconds, okay? And you can move a little bit to this side so that you feel warmer. Hey Manas. Manas is looking high tech right now with all those gadgets around his head. Huh? Okay, but can you hear me okay? See the board okay? So, we are picking up a new topic. Asita, you might want to keep your video on better. So we are picking up a new topic which is dealing with variables or dealing with equations with 1 or more variables. Okay? And I was saying When you are talking about a variable, variable is something that is not known. Okay? If I say 5 or 2 or 7 or 99, 205, these are constants. They will remain the same regardless of how long you are watching it for or observing it for. Variable is a term that we use for things which are not known to us. Yeah? So let's say, what is the sum of age of all the kids in the class? And I don't know how much it is. I will say, let's say the sum of the age of all the kids is X, and we'll find it out. It's a variable. You guys don't like X, give it a name A. You don't like A, give it a name S. Up to us, okay? But don't say, okay, I don't know what is the value, what is the sum of age of all the kids in the class, so let me assume this is 205. You will not do that because this is a known. There is nothing to derive. Okay, so that's the basic difference between variable and a constant. Do you guys agree or you don't?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go to do a little bit of digging up the concept, and then we will try relating a lot of things around it. So if I say price of, I like fruits and milk, so that's why I keep on giving fruit examples. Okay, so don't think anything else about it. Let's say price of 10 watermelons is $200. What is the price of one watermelon?
20.
20.
Wait, how many watermelons are there? It costs like
Price of 10 watermelons is $200. What is the price of one watermelon? 20. Lower there.
sorry, like
No worries, better. It's okay. So right now I'm selling watermelons. I'm trying to find out the price of watermelon. Okay. On a serious note, we are talking about equations with one and more variables. Okay. So I just have done the jump start of that, and that's what we're talking about right now. So you guys, when I asked you guys, what is the price? Okay, price of 10 watermelons is $200. What is the price of one watermelon? And everybody told me $20. And I'm not as intelligent as you guys are. Generation gap, what to do? I'm doing it in a math way. Okay, let's say price of watermelon is X dollars. We are talking about 10 watermelons. So total price will be 10x, 10 into x. This is equal to 200. That means x will be equal to, again the butterfly. When you make the number cross the equal to sign, the one above comes down, the one below goes up. So here you are talking about number above. So x equals 200 divided by 10. And it is going to match with what you guys gave. I'm just writing a story out of it. Now 200, there's a dirty technique that I want to teach you guys. If you have numbers in the numerator and denominator, you can either divide 200 by 10 and you get 20, or you will factorize it. You will say 200 I can write as 20 into 10 by 10, and then you do tic-tac-toe, this 10 and this 10 gone, and you get a 20. Or there is an easier, faster method also. If you have trailing zeros in the number that you are trying to deal with, you can just knock up the zeros at the end. Yep, 20 by 1. But it will be a crime if you are trying to divide 204 by 10 and you will say this 0 and this 0 I will knock off. Never ever do that. Okay? If color coding makes it more meaningful, never do that. Okay? So now let me show you guys one small technique or trick here, and then we will move on to what we want to learn here. So if I have, let's say, 50,000 or 5 million, okay, is this 5 million? Yeah, 50 million divided by 10,400, let's say one more zero. If I have a situation like this, I will not stress out to do this big division. I will just, since I see some trailing zeros here and trailing zeros here, I will just simplify my calculation by knocking off the zeros at the end. Then I am left with 50,000 by 104, and that's an easier calculation to do that we can do. Okay. Don't try calculating it. I'm just showing you guys some trick. Okay, that's all. If you have to multiply, if you have to do a calculation like this by 100,000, you will say, okay, I'm sorry?
Wait, is that 500?
Doesn't matter. Don't rush to the answer, okay? I'm not even interested in getting the answer for this one. What I'm showing you guys is, I have 5 trailing zeros here, 3 here, 2 here and 2 here. I will start knocking off the trailing zeros one by one. This one gone, this one gone, this one gone. Okay, then I am left with 2 zeros here. I can choose which one I want to knock off. So 1 0 here, 1 0 here, 1 0 here, 1 0 here. Then I am left with 500 into 6. Whatever that comes out to be. 3,000, 30,000, 3 million, I don't mind. Okay? So this is the calculation technique. Now, this was just a diversion. We go back to what we were trying to learn. Are you guys with me so far, or I'm just rushing through things? Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Adya, you are with me, Vivan, Ashita, everybody? Manas okay? Alright. Now, so the watermelon example that I gave you guys, that was just to set the context for what we are trying to do. If I say 5x equal to 500, how much will be x? You know that, okay, you will divide 500 by 5, that will be the value of x. If I say 4x plus 3 equal to, let's say 15, how much will be x? Can you just solve it real quick?
8.
How much? How much it?
3.
3. Okay. Everybody got 3? 3? Okay. Now, let's say if I say 4, why 4? 17, this time no x, this time y. Minus 12 equal to 5. How much will be y here? 1. Sidhu,
0.
Sidhu is saying 1. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, what I'm trying to convey here, I'm not testing you guys to see whether you can solve it or not. I know everybody can solve it. Here in this case, you divided 500 by 5 by moving to this side, you got 100. In this case, you will move 3 to this side, and plus becomes minus. 15 minus 3 is 12, and then you divide by 4. That will give you a 3. Here in this case, you will first move this guy to this side, that becomes 17. 17 y equal to 17, so y will be 17 by 17, that is 1. This part is okay. Now, if I say 4x plus 3y equal to 15, can you guys find out the value of x and y?
No,
Why?
because there are 2 variables and the only constant is 15.
So far life is looking interesting. It has gotten complex all of a sudden.
Couldn't the x be 3 and the y can just be like divided by 1 and then also be 15?
My little brain is stuck right now. Let me hear everybody's point of view. Yes, Sidhu, what will you do?
X, I'm gonna put x as 3, so 4 times 3 equals 12, and then y as 1, so 3 times y
So-
equals 1, so then when you add those equals.
So you are assuming values. You are not deriving values. Correct? No, I'm not questioning you guys. I'm just trying to confirm that understanding here. Here you put x equal to 3 and then you correspondingly found the value of y. Correct?
Huh?
You assume some value for x and based on that you found the value of y. Correct?
I mean, it's like a possibility. You can.
And you're spot on with your approach. But what I'm trying to convey here is this. If you look at this set of equations, if you look at this set of equation and this set of equation, what is the difference? Here in this case, if you look at these three equations, you have only one variable x. In this equation, only one variable x. In this equation, only one variable x. In this equation, only one variable x. So when you have only one variable in the equation, it's easy to solve. You can solve it within that. When you have more than one variable in one equation, you cannot. You cannot solve it. You need more helping hand. You need probably one more equation. And that is what I'm trying to get you guys navigated towards. Kian, are you okay now or still cold?
I'm good.
Okay. Switch up only from this side. I'm making sure that I'm staring each and every kid in the class. Okay. So, are you guys clear? So, what is the inference from all that we have done so far is, if I have one equation in a variable, we can find out the value of that variable, and that will be point blank. I'm not assuming anything. I'm not saying, okay, probably x can be 10 or x could be 20. No, I'm getting the answer then and there. That is point blank, no doubt, no ambiguity. Correct? Ashita with me, Sidhu with me, Anahita, thinking. Okay? Everybody okay, right? Yes, Anahita, go ahead.
Wait, I'm confused.
Confused?
If x equals 500, then isn't it 5 times 100? Yeah.
So, from this one, 5x equal to 500, from that we were trying to find out the value of x.
Yeah, it might be 100 because
That is 100, that you could solve it, right? Similarly, here in this case, how much was the value of x?
oh, so it's not the same equation.
It's not the same equation. This is one equation, this is another equation, this is another equation. All these equations have something in common, and that common thing is the fact that each of the equation have some constants and only one variable. One equation, only one variable. One equation, only one variable. One equation, only one variable. This is when the life makes a U-turn. One equation, two variables, and that is where we started doing guesswork. We started assuming values. So the inference from all that we have done so far is that you are perfectly fine to solve for a variable if you have an equation with only one variable, only one variable, only one variable. When you have more than one variable, then you need as many equations. If I have these two variables, your first point would be, no, I cannot solve it for x and y. It doesn't give me the perfect answer. I need at least one more equation with x and y, or maybe just x. If somebody says, okay, this is equation, this is equation, from this you get the value of x, plug it in here, and you get a perfect value for x and y. So the simple takeaway is, if you need to solve for two variables, you need two equations. If you have to solve for three variables, you need three equations. If you need to solve for four variables, you need four equations. Yes or no? Sidhu.
Wait, I have a question. Could it, for that equation, just like, for knowing, couldn't x be 60, like the one that says equal to 15? Couldn't for x equals 15 and y equals negative?
Possible, very much possible.
No, I mean, yeah.
It could be any, so we'll come to that. So basically, but you're thinking in the right direction. When you have an equation, like when you have a pair of equation, nobody is restricting us from having any value for any variable. If your second equation is like this, you are saying that, can I have x equal to 500? Yes, you can. When you have x equal to 500, when you plug it in, you will find a negative value of y. That is how y is compensating for the extra value of x, so that your total outcome is only this much.
Yeah, because I was just saying like x equals 15, so 4 times 15 equals 16. And then it says 3 times y, and I could put y as like negative 15. So it's
You would not put, you will derive, you will calculate.
yeah, but
You will put only one value, other one you will derive. Yeah? So, first, from the discussion so far is that if we have one equation with one variable, we can solve for it. Any equation, any variable. Okay, one equation, one variable, no problem at all. You can solve and you can get the perfect answer. If you have more than one variable to solve for, you need as many equations. How? That you will learn. Don't worry about it. But is this takeaway okay so far? Everybody okay? Yeah. Now let me give you guys a different flavor of equation. What does equation mean to us as a normal human being? Let's assume for a little bit that we are not mathematically very equipped. We are just trying to understand what does the equation mean to us. If I am saying x minus 2y equal to 11, what does it mean to us in real terms? In terms of practical interpretation from it. Vivan, tell me a story. What does this equation mean to us?
I don't know.
Think about it. You guys are better off than me when it comes to telling stories.
Oh,
But-
wait,
On Tuesday, said we need to work on our storytelling.
Yeah? Huh? Sorry?
On Tuesday, said we have to work on our tour.
No, I never said that. I said that I will make sure that you guys get better with your storytelling abilities.
So the coefficient of y is 2,
Mhm.
and there are two variables, and 11 is the constant, and it's kind of showing like the relationship between x and y.
You were spot on with one term. I like that word, but I will come to that, okay? So you are going the right direction. Let's see what Adya says. What is Adya's story?
let's say this guy, he's like playing a video game, and like he finds this one like mystery box containing like any kind of points, and then like he finds this disadvantage box that has to like it's like 2y, so like he doesn't really know what y is, but it can be like any number, and then like when he got both boxes, he got like 11. It's just
Okay. Asita, tell me your story. Asita, Naita, Sidhu. I want to hear your story. And Kian, keep your story ready as well.
I don't have one.
Create one. Yeah, Naita, tell me.
does it have to be like a word problem?
Let's assume for 5 minutes that we are not mathematically equipped. We will not talk about word problem. We will not talk about anything else.
Oh, okay. So let's say this guy likes apples,
Mhm.
and then his friend has like some number of apples, but he doesn't know how many.
Mm.
And then he has some number less than his friend. Wait, no, he has 11 apples less than his friend, but he doesn't know how many apples he has.
Okay.
It's 2 times less. Maybe?
Okay. Any other story? No. Now hear my story. Whenever you have an equation, this is an equation with two variables, x and y. Okay? X and y are two variables in this equation. And any equation you look at, that is nothing but a contract between the variables. Here the deal between x and y is such that, let's say x is Kian and y is me. So we have agreed for a condition that my value minus 2 times Kian's value will result into 11. If I change my value, this value will change, my overall outcome will be this much. So any equation and every equation, whether it's a linear equation, quadratic equation, polynomial, whatnot, every equation has the same story that these variables have agreed to get this outcome. Simplest definition, okay? These two variables have agreed that my value and this guy's value subtracted after getting multiplied by 2 will result into 11. Now let's look at it. I will create a table out of it. X and y have agreed for certain condition based on this equation that every value of x will get a corresponding value of y to get the total outcome like this. Now let's say when x is 0. When x is 0, minus 2y equal to 11. That means y will be equal to 11 divided by minus 2 or minus 5.5. Okay? This part is okay? So we assume one value of x, like Sidhu was doing, right? He said, okay, I'll put x equal to this and correspondingly y. So in this equation, I said, okay, what happens when x equal to 0? I got value of y as minus 5.5. Okay, how about x equal to 10? Okay, let's put 10, see what happens. When x is 10, then 10 minus 2y equal to 11, or minus 2y equal to 11 minus 10, which is equal to 1. So y will be equal to 1 by minus 2 or minus 0.5. So far looking okay or a bit scary?
Okay.
Okay. No. Swechha is thinking. No, I'm thinking it's good. I just want to make sure that you are thinking and are able to process this information.
I can, yeah, the table is kind of representing that equation.
Yeah. So,
To next time.
correct. That will be an interpretation part. But here, net, we started with the fact that if I have any equation, that is nothing but the agreement between the variable to get this outcome. Okay? So, there is an agreement. So, if this guy has some value, there will be a corresponding value for this guy, which will result into this as the outcome. So, we are saying, okay, fine. What happens when x is 0? How much has to be the value of y to get this? This is the one. When x is equal to 10, I put 10 here. It gets me y equal to this. How about x equal to 100? When x is 100, how much will be the value of y? 100 minus 2y equal to 11. That means minus 2y equal to 11 minus 100. That is minus 2y equals minus 89, or y equals minus 2 goes to this side and goes down. So minus 89 divided by minus 2. This becomes 44.5. So when x is 100, y is 44.5. Is this table looking okay?
Yeah.
This fun calculation fine? So, and you can just go on. There is no stopping here. Manas saying something?
No.
No? Tired? Worried? Bored?
Same.
Okay. No. So I keep gauging you guys' energy level. Okay. That is my motivation. Correct. When I see you guys being super excited about what I do, that makes me super happy. When I say, oh yeah, it's okay, 30 more minutes to go, that's when I start worrying. Yeah? Alright. So this part is okay. So let's summarize this story. We had an equation. Any equation is the contract between the variables to get the outcome. That means I can put different values of this and get corresponding value of this to find this outcome. That's what we did in the table. And I can literally go on. I can waste 5 more classes to make this table as big as I want. Will not do that, okay? But the overall interpretation from this is that when you have one equation with two variables, remember 10 minutes ago we were saying that, okay, if I have one equation with two variables, I cannot solve it. I cannot get a perfect answer. When you have one equation, it tells you all the possible options. It doesn't give you the perfect answer. You cannot say with confidence that, okay, by solving this equation, my x value is 5, x value is 0 and y value is minus 5.5, because that is one of the options, that is not the only option. When you solve this equation, x plus 5 equal to 25, you will say x will be equal to 25 minus 5, which is equal to 20. This is a perfect answer. There is no other x different from 20. There is no 18.5, there is no 99.7, there is no 0 either. So the difference between this equation and this equation is that this one gives you one and only one answer. This one gives you possibilities around the combinations. Yeah? Sidhu, Vivan. Vivan has been very quiet today. Is that a matter of concern for me right now? Should that be? No. Yaganya, okay? Yaganya, you joined a little late, better. But what all you have heard so far? Yaganya, is your audio working fine? Can you see me okay? Okay. So, Asita, are you with me, beta? All okay? Sidhu, no?
Yep.
Okay. So, this is the key things that we have learned so far is, if you have one equation with one variable, you can solve and get the perfect answer. If you have equation with more than one variable, you will not be able to find the point blank answer. You will find the possible combination of answers. And that is why now you have x and y values. Tell me who all in the class doesn't know what is a coordinate plane? Coordinate plane, have you guys heard about it? Seen the paper with so many tables into it? Okay, yes, Manas, you're saying something. Whom are you talking to? Mute button? You're talking to the mute button, I cannot hear you. Yeah.
I'll say nothing.
Okay. I saw a message saying I don't understand something. That's why I was asking.
Oh, that was me. I just, now I was like,
Okay. And again, Yaganya, can you hear me okay, Doctor? Okay. I'm hoping Yaganya, I'll probably have to talk to Daddy or somebody to figure out what could be wrong with your laptop better. Because this is the second class when I'm not sure if don't do that. No typing, texting emojis, okay? Only math. So equation is a contract, these are possible answers. Now I was asking you guys, Kian, wake up. So I was talking about we have all possible values here of x and y. And I was trying to relate that with a coordinate plane. Coordinate plane also you have like x-axis, y-axis, correct? This x-axis is your horizontal number line, y-axis is your vertical number line. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, if you look at this, when x is 0, y is minus 5.5. Let's say this is 5, this is 10. Minus 5 minus 10. This is 5, 10, 15, 20. Here I have 10, 20, 30, goes on. Okay. Now, when x is 0, y is minus 5.5. So when x is 0, y is minus 5.5. I'm talking about some point here. When x is 10, y is minus 0.5. When x is 10, y is minus 0.5. Maybe somewhere here, this point maybe. When x is 100, let's say x was 100 here. Y is 44.5. Go somewhere here. When you join, I mean, obviously you're not going by my drawing skills. But when you do it on a graph paper, you will see that when you have an equation like this, and you create this table of possible values, and then join these combinations on a coordinate plane, you will see that this creates a straight line. And that is the reason any equation like this is called a linear equation. Yes, Sidhu?
That's not proportional, is it? Is it not? It's not, right?
What is not proportional?
The line.
No, so I mean, again, you are going by my drawing skills. I am just making up something, okay? When you do it on a graph paper, you will see. Maybe I did not choose the right combination. I picked up a very big range. If I would have picked 0, 1, 2, I would have been able to represent this better, okay? But what I'm trying to say here is, let me do that. If I put x equal to 1, when x is 1, it becomes minus 2y equal to 10, it will be minus 5, okay? When x is 2, 2 becomes 9 by 2, 4.5 minus 4.5. Okay? So now let's look at it. Let me change this graph for you guys. So let me do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here I'll pick 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Minus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Minus 1, minus 2. Okay. Now 0 minus 5.5. 3, 4, 5, 6. When x is 0, y is minus 5.5. I'm talking about this point. When x is 1, y is minus 5. When x is 1, y is minus 5. Somewhere here. When x is 2, this is minus 4.5. Somewhere here. See? So if you have an equation like this draws a straight line, and that is why it's called a linear equation. Linear equation has a line in it. That's why it's called linear equation. An equation that draws a straight line for us, that's why it's called linear equation. Now, what do I mean by saying a equation like this? This has no meaning to it. It's a very subjective term. Yeah? What do I mean by equation like this? Yep.
It's proportional.
How do you describe proportional?
Like the coordinates, like they match the equation.
Okay. Let's see what Sidhu says.
It's a straight diagonal line going through 0, the origin.
No, it's not going to 0. 0 is here. No, I'm not restricting your thought process. I'm just kind of building that story which gets glued here. Okay? Here, inside, not here. Otherwise it will fall along with the hair. Okay. What do I mean by linear equation here? An equation that draws a line for us. Now, when I said equation like this, I was hinting at a fact that you have an equation here. If you look at this equation, let me write some sample equations for you guys, and then you'll probably appreciate. If I say x plus 2y equal to 15 and x squared minus 2x plus y equal to 17. What is the difference between this equation and this equation? This equation has maximum power 1. These are two variables, x and y. Both have power 1. Look at this equation. Here you have two variables, x and y. But the maximum power is 2. When you have an equation with any variable having power more than 1, that will not draw a straight line. This guy will draw something like this or this or this or this, which is called parabola, which you'll learn later. But any equation, if you have the variables with maximum power is 1, that will draw only a straight line. That's why they are called linear equation. If you, again, if I give you this equation and say, okay, fine, can you draw the curve out of it? Or whatever, maybe a line, maybe a circle, I don't know. So you will say, okay, fine, this is the equation. This is a contract between x and y, that x square value plus minus 2x plus y equal to 17. Let me put value of x and y. When you put x and y values, you will get some combination, and you will, when you plot those in the coordinate plane, you will see that it's going like this. It doesn't go straight as a straight line. So if you ever come across a term linear equation, that is an equation that is drawing a straight line for us on a coordinate plane, and the maximum power of the variable that you will see will be 1. Too much to digest? Okay. So, Sidhu, my request to not only you but to all the kids, whenever you have to talk, raise your hand, talk with, okay? There should not be any compromise when it comes to asking a question to teacher by saying it yourself. Don't trust on those technical stuff, okay? I'm an old school guy. I love talking to you guys than seeing the text message in between, okay? So, Kian comes after taekwondo class, that gets him tired, super tired. And that needs him to watch the video of the class afterwards. Okay. Yaganya, are you able to hear me okay, beta, this time? Time to buy a new laptop. Okay. So Sidhu was saying, can you explain what is a linear equation? Let me repeat my whole story from scratch. And again, first thing first, okay? First thing first, we learned that if I'm talking about any equation is a contract between the variables. So if I have x minus y equal to 12, that means x's value minus y's value will give me this as outcome. So if x is 50, y will adjust such a way that x minus y will be this much. And when you have one equation with two variables, we know that we will not get a point blank value. Point blank answer for this. If I have 3x plus 7 equal to 15, I can find out the exact value of x. But if I have more than one variable in the equation, that is when I get possible combinations of answer, but no one answer.
A secret combination.
What secret?
A secret combination.
No secret combination. These are the combinations that we are cooking up. Nobody has given us these answers. Okay, we have an equation. We know that okay, there's a relationship. Let's say there's a what is the relationship between me and you guys? You guys are student, I'm teacher, right? Every class when you come to, I teach one subject, you will follow it. I mean, pick up one topic, we talk about it. Sometimes you understand, sometimes you don't understand. So there's a relationship, right? I will not teach geometry, not teach, let's say, US history or anything to you guys. Agreement is only math. Within math, different topics. So within this contract, different numbers. That's how it is. Okay? And you guys can say, okay, today I want to learn, let's say, only trigonometry. Okay, trigonometry. If I'm teaching trigonometry, what will be the outcome? So there's a relationship here. Okay? In this equation also, there's a relationship. And based on the relationship, you find different combination of answers. So, when you have these different combinations, when you plot it, right? I mean, just me talking about it doesn't go anywhere. You see it to believe it. And that is how you get different values of x and y and you plot it on a graph paper and then you see, oh, this is drawing a straight line for me. So, when it draws a straight line, there's one more element of interpretation that you have to do is, it's always the variable, maximum power to the variable 1, we draw a straight line. If I change anything more than 1, it will not draw a straight line for us. Okay? If you guys want to see it, I will show you right now. And don't get stressed out. You guys are not learning parabola right now. Okay? I don't want you guys to learn parabola and start dealing with the properties of parabola. Let's say, if I have an equation x square equal to, let me say if I have only one equation, okay? Only one variable, but power is 2. This is not going to draw a straight line for me. Let's look at it. No, I will put 2 variables because one variable will give me 2 values of this one, but there is no y value. Okay, so let me keep it this way. X squared plus y equal to 12. X, y, 0, 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2. I'm taking 5 values of x. When x is 0, y is 12. When x is 1, so 1 is 12 plus y equal to 12, so it's 11, right? Y is 11. When x is 2, it becomes 4, 12 minus 4, 8. When x is minus 1 square is nothing but 1. So this goes to the other side, it becomes 11. When x is minus 2 square is again 4. 4 goes to the other side, y is 8 again. Now, when you plot it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kian, good morning. Kian, good morning, brother. 3, 6, 9, 12. I mean, I'm just trying not to get the whole class distracted. That's why, okay, -1 is, okay, this is not 12, this is, okay, yeah, this is 12, my bad. Okay, so look at this. When x is 0, y is 12 here. When x is 1, y is 11. Probably here. When x is 2, y is 8. Probably here. When x is -1, y is 11. Here. When x is -2, y is 8. Look at this. By no means this can be a straight line. What did I do? I changed the power of one of the variables from 1 to 2. Life got more interesting for us. So again, I don't want you guys to get worried about it right now. We have time. We are not in a hurry. So what I was trying to say was, as long as the power to the variable is, maximum power to the variable is 1, you are good. This will draw a straight line for us. Now whether it is 40x minus 37y equal to 207 or x plus y equal to 15, doesn't matter. I'm only concerned about the power of the variable. Here and here my power to the variable is 1, so we are perfectly fine with this drawing a straight line for us. A moment of silence to see if everybody is with me. Asrita, Bivan, Adya, everybody's giving a thumbs up. I don't get this many likes on my videos, but I'm getting more likes in the class. Okay, Yaganya, Sidhu. Sidhu, did I answer your question, beta?
Yeah.
Yeah? Anahita, are you going to follow me? Make sure that you drink enough water and some energy drink before you come to the class.
I just came back from another class.
I know, brother. Here, I know you guys are getting stressed out with a lot of activities happening around, but then, yeah, we'll have to make sure that we make best use of the time that we are spending together. Yep. All right. So, is everybody clear? Now, if I ask a question, let's do some quiz. If I have an equation 5x plus a equal to 24 and a is equal to 11. How many values of x I can get? How many values of x I can get? 1 value, 2 value, 3 values, 5 values of x. 1 value?
Yeah. One
Okay.
value
Was that an X or A?
or
1 value.
plus e.
My X plus.
I have an equation, okay? You don't have to solve it. My question was, I have 5x plus a equal to 24 as an equation and value of a is given as 11. My question to you guys is, how many values of x we will have or we can have?
Yeah, I think it's 1.
Yeah, okay. Sidhu, you were saying something.
Are you asking for like to solve the equation?
No, I'm just.
Like are possible. Cause I could say like it's infinite. Cause like what?
What?
Cause like you said how many, but if you
2.6.
say like if to
Okay.
solve the equation, it's gonna be what?
Okay, let me hear. See, I mean, I'm not wanting to clarify anything right now. I want everybody to think. Anahita, tell me, what is your point of view?
Since we
Exactly. So here I was trying to trick you guys by putting a which looked like a variable, but that was not a variable because we know the absolute value of it already. There is no change in the value of x at all. For the eternity, for this question, it will remain 11. So this is as good as an equation with one variable. So you cannot have infinite number of answers. So see, this is what happens. This is a constant actually. I was tricking you guys by putting an a and then immediately giving you the value of a. Okay. Yes, Sidhu.
When I meant like infinite, I meant like not to solve the equation, but like just saying like if you said to solve the equation, then it has one value. But if you say like to like just generally what's the value of x, it could be. I just said it could be infinite.
Yeah. Right. So basically net. As long as we know the concept and what is the correlation, right? That would be sufficient for us to deal with any kind of problem. See, what happens is when you see a loaded question, lot of words into it, lot of confusing elements added to it. It is meant for checking our understanding of the basic concepts. There is nothing tricky about it. Just that this element of confusion was injected to see how confident are we with respect to whatever we are saying. Okay? So now this is one. Now if I say I have one equation and x plus y equal to 7. If I have to solve for x and y, would I be able to solve with this situation?
No.
No?
No.
Sure?
Yeah.
Anahita?
What is that little symbol on top of the x in the first place?
It's a 2.
2.
Exponent.
My drawing skills and my writing skills are amazing. It's 2.
What's the value of the variables?
Which is a handout.
Let me read it for you guys. X squared plus 2x minus 7 equal to y and x plus y equal to 7. There are two equations given to us, and my question to you is, if I mean again, you don't have to solve it because you guys have not learned how to solve a quadratic equation. But my question to you is, I have two equations and two variables. I'm asking you guys, can I or would we be able to solve these two equations to get the answer for x and y? Or would we have a situation like this where I can keep on stretching my table to add more and more options? Yes, neither.
I think we won't be able to solve it because x is x plus y, 7 will have like 3 plus 4 and 2 plus 5 and 1 plus 6 and 0 plus 7. We'll have that.
Okay, let's see what Sidhu says.
I feel like just looking at the equation, I feel like it just depends on what the value of the variable is.
Okay. What do you think? Again, I'm just trying to form up certain understanding in your mind.
I think maybe we could solve the equations. Like I think I've learned like we could do like the elimination method. I think like we could multiply the bottom equation times 2 and then 2x. And
No, don't try solving it. My question is simple. I have two equations, two variables. Will I be able to solve it for x and y?
Yeah.
Okay. Vivan, what do you think? Vivan, Asita, Manas?
I agree. I mostly agree. I'm just a bit confused.
Okay. Adya, what do you think?
I think it's like we can't solve this because there's like multiple factors for 7. So how to explain this?
Okay.
Like I know what I'm trying to say. It's just
Okay. So here's the thing. If I make a statement in the class, I will honor it for rest of the years till I teach. I made a statement in the beginning of the class that if I have two equations with two variables, that is written in stone, not changing. Whether you're dealing with linear equation, quadratic equation, polynomial equation, doesn't matter. As long as you have two equations and two variables, you will have a definitive answer or solution coming out of this. Okay? Regardless of the power here. So far you guys have not talked, we have not talked about how to solve a quadratic equation. I'm not trying to impress you guys by showing something complicated on the screen. My simple thing is, my basic concept is the same. If I have one equation with one variable, I have no problem solving it. If I have two equations with two variables, we can solve it no matter what. Now whether we'll get real solution or imaginary solution or same solution, those things we will work out later. But from a concept standpoint, as long as you are given this question, say okay, you have two equations, two variables, you should not have any doubt in your mind that it can be solved or it cannot be solved. Now how part, we are still going to learn. So don't think the teacher said we can solve and I don't know how to solve. Don't worry about it. We'll deal with it. Okay? We'll deal with how do we solve system of linear equations. We'll look at how do we solve quadratic equations. How do we deal with system of equations where you have quadratic equation and linear equation together. All those things. Not everything this year. Because if we start solving quadratic equation, we are essentially talking about parabolas, which is going to come to you guys in 9th or 10th grade. Let's not rush for it. We have enough time. Let's grow up gradually. We're not trying to get old as me in next 2 years. Okay? So with that being said, I will let you guys go unless anybody has a doubt. Everybody was waiting for it.